know it's everything by Christina yet again. I'm actually in my Gloomy Bear hoodie. So I thought I'd give a story time. So here is the story time that I didn't want to mention in a previous video. I'm pausing my recording every time, I cough. I'm trying my best not to cough so much. But here is the story time of how I manifested, using the law of attraction, how I manifested meeting my idol. Manifesting meeting a famous person. I'm going to be talking, the method that I used and how it all played out and how long it took. And you guys can, sift through, this whole video. It really doesn't matter. But if you guys are willing to, actually know the full story, how it all, happens in divine timing, by all means, watch the whole thing. But if you want to just, skim for the dirty details and how you can do the same thing, just skim. It's totally fine. It's totally fine by me. Okay, so I made a vision board. And I'll show all the visuals and stuff throughout the video. So I made a vision board back in 2018, and I just heard about, what a vision board was and, how to actually use it. So I heard about it online. So it was through Agnes Vivarelli, another YouTuber. And, I have other, videos pertaining to how I came across her channel and how Law of Attraction changed my life and saved my life. So I made a vision board on Canva. And this was back when Canva was new. So I made it really fast. And I thought, this is kind of a crappy vision board. But part of that vision board, I wanted to meet Melissa Marie. And if you guys remember Melissa Marie Green from The Millionaires, she was, a scene queen, and, she was a part of the band The Millionaires, and, she was always the one in the middle. And she was always, consider if you're, in the middle of those type of groups, you are the main one. And they kind of all shared their equal role in that musical group. I looked up to her, and I thought, wow, she, with just being lucky and making a whole career off it and still making money off of it to this day, and not, just blowing all of her money and becoming broke. She was able to capitalize off of that, becoming a scene queen, becoming, a singer for a brief time, absolutely just marketing herself, and she was working on everything. But yeah, I looked up to her, and she got very, very lucky. And she mentions in one of her songs, no talent, just luck, but they still want to fuck me. And that's a very, very funny lyric, but it is also true. Some people said that she didn't have, talent. Her and her sister and her friend apparently were said that she didn't have any talent, or they did not have any talent. But look at all the people today who are becoming famous with no talent. It's possible in a way. It's very much possible. I just looked up to her because, she accomplished so much, and I thought that was really cool. Well, anyways, I wanted to meet her, so I put that on my vision board. And so I put it onto the screen of the laptop that I owned at the time. And it's still the screen, the home screen of the laptop that I have owned at the time. I still have it to this day. And I did reboot it later, and I turned it on earlier this year, and it was still the vision board. But that was my vision board for some time. Let's just say like maybe, a year, until I stopped looking at that laptop till I got myself a new one, so to speak. But the first thing that I noticed, it was movement for that manifestation. And everybody has their own things of how they say, or what signs are, or why signs appear. This was just my experience. My experience may differ from yours, from hers, from this person's, from Michael Jackson's experience. I don't know. Anyway, it's just different. So the first thing that I noticed, I'm sorry if I ramble so much. I'm trying my best to be as articulate as possible. The first thing that I noticed, that when I think I was making tacos or corn that day with my, at the time, roommate. And I checked out her Instagram, on Melissa Marie's Instagram, she did her little cooking thing that she does. And she was actually cooking corn on there. I believe it was corn. We were making the same meal at the same time. And I was like, whoa, no way. I mean, I want to meet her, and we're making the same thing at the same time. It's like we're almost in tune. I didn't want to tell her that, obviously, or anything. Blech. Forget it. I forgot about wanting that to happen for some time. I became homeless after that. Wow, Christina, why didn't you just manifest yourself not being homeless? Well, that's a totally different story. Anyway, continuing from this certain manifestation, Melissa Marie actually ended up following me, around that time. I posted about her. I posted about why I liked her. And Melissa Marie saw that I tagged her in the post, and then she followed me, which is actually pretty cool. And she's liked some of my posts, and, she's responded and commented on some of my posts and stuff like that. And I really appreciate that of her. And so let's say, I meet my current partner, and I am homeless, and I work towards moving forward from being homeless, but I ended up going to emo nights while I was living in the homeless shelter, just waiting on certain things to get approved, waiting on certain things to happen, waiting for a certain amount of money to be saved up till I got out of there. But, in the meantime, I was going to emo nights a lot with some friends, and it was like $10 a ticket at the time. And, consistently going. But after that, I completely forgot about it. When you're homeless for I don't even know how long I was in there. I believe I became into the homeless shelter, I believe around 2019, and I didn't actually get myself an apartment till possibly 2021, I think. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, 2021 was it. So after all of that, Melissa Marie actually started working on her career. This is the movement, This is the movement. And I wasn't focusing on that. I was focusing on me. I wasn't focusing every 2 seconds on why haven't I met her yet? Me and her should be best buddies. Why haven't we met? Why hasn't she just shown up at a Texas grocery store and, she dropped her keys and I picked them up for her? So, why didn't that happen? And this is a wig cap, by the way. So why hasn't that happened yet? No, I didn't do any of that stuff at all. It was not a thing on my mind. And after all of that, that was some time. That was some years. Sorry if I'm losing track, but I'm trying my best to be on track with my ADHD brain. So, after all that, after me moving into my first apartment with my partner, everything's about hunky-dory, some years go by. Fast forward to last year in December. So Melissa Marie actually started going on her own little tour, I want to say possibly last year, working back on her career, working back on touring, going for the whole, MySpace nostalgia thing. And turns out she's going to be at emo night, which is really, really cool. I'm like, oh, okay. First she's been going to the smaller emo nights, and then she started coming to the official emo night, which is the official emo night that we all know and love. And if you guys are interested, I'll just put in the link to, what it is, and you guys are interested with that sort of thing. So, with that being said, she is going to show up in Houston. And I was like, that's where I am. So, I'm like, whoa, in Houston. So, I buy 2 tickets, and I invite a friend. I'm like, hey, Melissa Marie is going to be at emo night. And she's like, really, that's so cool. And I was like, whoa, this is so awesome. This is really, really so awesome. So I do what any, fan or stan would do. I dress up like them and I pull up to the function. You know what I mean? But I also want to, do I also want to mention that other thing? So there's also 2 more signs of movement. Another one, I did dress up as Melissa Marie and I went to an emo night before. And I was a lot thinner, and I was a lot more vibrant. This is when I was living in the homeless shelter. I dressed up as Melissa Marie. I had a kimono, I had a giant bow in my hair, teased my hair up. This back of my hair was black. Now it's blonde right now. It's bleach blonde. And a guy said that, asked me if I was Melissa Marie. Actually thinking that I was her. And I was like, really? Oh my gosh, this guy thinks I'm her. So anyways, that was actually pretty funny. And that's kind of weird because I don't really think I really look like her in the face. But yeah, that's what happened that night. And I want to say another thing that did happen was that I wanted to cosplay as Melissa Marie. I had to pause. And I wanted to recreate her Stay the Night look that she had in her music video, Stay the Night, in the song Stay the Night. So I've been trying to recreate the outfit for a long time, but Shein, ended up being really popular. So I found all those basic items that remotely was close to everything that she had on Shein. Now, this isn't sponsored by Shein. Come on, let's be honest. They have basic stuff that's going to build something. It may be cheap, but come on. That's what happened. Anyway, all right, now fast forward all to that. So I did anything what another stan would do, was dress up like her. So I made myself a wig. I didn't have the best bow, but I wanted to have the closest bow that was matching. So the wig was a little too high, but it was kind of whatever. It was very more Elvira than Melissa Marie, but hey. So I spend, hours on my makeup. I look at old school tutorials of Melissa Marie's makeup, like 2009 tutorials of people who really liked her. And I followed all of those to the T, a little bit more than I normally do. And so I followed, that was that day, pulling up. And I also mentioned one thing. Here goes Christina. The night before I was going to emo night, I did hear about Helene Hadsell talking about giving energy or something like that. Talking to somebody, hey, you're going to know who I am, to some radio host or some contest coordinator. You're going to know who I am. So I did buy Melissa Marie a gift. But if I did not get close to her that day, I would have been okay with that. I would have been okay with that. Or if they said, hey, that gift is not allowed in this venue, I would have been okay with that too. So I kind of just, was letting it go, letting it all happen. So, but I kind of just said out loud, hand in my heart, and I was like, Melissa, you're going to know who I am, and, you're going to accept the gift that I have for you. And I really don't, just pure, I just did that just because, so it's whatever. All right, fast forward to actually emo night. Melissa Marie ends up on the stage. She rocks it out and everything. And, me and my friend are just standing on the side, right? And I'm like, you know what? She looks great. She's doing her thing. I don't want to upstage her. I don't want to, run out. And, she's doing her performance. So we're just standing right there. And me and my friend, are jamming out just like everybody else jams out on stage. And Melissa Marie, I shit you not, I poop you not, when she is singing Party Like a Millionaire, she comes towards me on stage with her arm out, and she holds me, and we hold each other, and we sing together, and we sing it out into the crowd briefly. I was like, whoa, just like in my head, I'm like, we're singing together, and I'm showing that right now. And of course, after all that, I do a little dance, next. And then, obviously, I go back because I don't want to upstage it. Come on, this is Melissa Marie. They paid to see Melissa Marie. Not me. So, not me looking weird in an outfit that looks kind of tacky, you know what I mean? In neon green skirt, if you will. If people didn't get that. I'm pretty sure me and a few others were only the people that got that. Got that outfit. But, yeah, I moved back because obviously... Oh, yeah. And as that was going on, actually, when she comes towards me... this guy was passing out bows that Melissa Marie had handmade herself, and he was throwing them out onto the crowd. And I tapped on his shoulder. I was like, hey, can I have one? I was like, I'm dressed up like her. I was like, can I have one too? And as I was grabbing it, that's when she was coming towards me. So we're rocking out, as I was getting the bow, she comes towards me. She knows who I was. So she performs. It was a hit, an absolute hit, right? And, we're having so much fun. And my friend, at the end of everything, Melissa goes back to the, the DJ's booth, the mixer, and, goes and DJs or whatever. So she happens to be there, and they start playing, regular emo night music again. And my friend is like, hey, come on, let's go. You got that gift for Melissa Marie. Let's go and give it to her. And I was like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that was my moment right there, That was my manifestation, that's it. So... And we get closer to the booth, and I'm like, I don't want to come across as, weird and clingy and, predatory. I don't want to invade her bubble. And, we all have a bubble, and I don't want to invade her bubble. That would be horrible of me, that would be horrible just to invade somebody's bubble. Hey, I'm so obsessed with you. Here, take this. So I was like, and my friend was like, I'll record. And I was like, and she already starts recording. I was like, let's pack it up. Let's go back. Let's give her space. And I was telling her, I was like, turn the camera off. Let's go back. Let's give her space. So I was about to turn around. Melissa Marie runs to me, and gives me a hug. And I was like, what? Like, in my head, I was happy and everything, but I was like, my fiance took a picture, and because he was in the crowd. And, oh my gosh, this woman is hugging me right now. Hopefully it wasn't too sweaty for her to be hugging me. And, she thanks me for showing up and everything. And I was like, thanking her and everything. And I was like, Melissa, this is for you. So I give her this little, this Stitch ducky thing I got on Temu. I got her that. And this little ducky plush. and with a little Stitch head on it, kind of like what I'm doing. Just think of a Stitch sweater with a little head, and think of my face with like a ducky face. And oh my god, she goes, oh my god, and she hugs me again. And I was like, look, I'm dressed up as you. I'm recreating your Stay the Night look and everything. And, you know, we hug again. And, you know, I thank her again. You know, the video ends there. Of course, I let her do whatever it is there. I am absolutely stoked and thrilled. That's what happened, how everything rolled out. We took a lot of pictures together. Emo night was a blast at the end of the day. I took a couple dollar bills, the fake dollar bills that they were throwing out into the crowd, off the floor, and made a shadow box. As you can tell, I made a shadow box with everything that I had from that day, except for the tickets, and I do have that uploaded. So it took some time. It took years for me to meet her, but I let go of that. I had no idea she was going to start touring again. I had no idea she was going to start showing up to Emo night. I didn't even think I would even give a damn that there was even an event called Emo night until I found it on Facebook. So all of that stuff happened in divine timing. I mean, I let go of it. The best part is that I let go. I think I remembering that vision board once. I remember remembering that I made that vision board, and I was like, man, that was a crappy ass vision board. Since everybody else on YouTube is telling me that the vision board that I made was crap and I should do it their way, I was like, I might as well just forget everything on there. But no, there was intention put into that image. There was intention put into that vision board, and it happened. It may have taken a long time for it to happen, but it still happened. And was it really a long time? Was it really? Because I was focusing on a whole lot of other things. And that really was a great thing for me to happen. And I didn't want to say, oh, this doesn't work. Oh, this is crap or anything. It happened awesome. We met, and it wasn't just a high and by situation. We sung on stage together. We hugged. I gave her a gift, you know, as gratitude. And that was amazing. So, yeah, that's how long it took. It took some years. I wish I could, you know, figure out the exact timeline. Just know that I made it in 2018. Yes, 2018. And it happened in 2022 of December when we met, and everything was great. So it took some time. And not saying that all of the manifestations are going to take a whole lot of time. It may be shorter. Just know that it is possible to meet the person that you look up to. It is possible to meet a celebrity. It is possible for all of those things. All of those things. And I just gave it consistent energy, and then I forgot about it. Then I let go, as some people say. And I have issues letting go for the most part. If there's any questions, or, you know, if I didn't really if I'm too scatterbrained and you don't understand what I said, but I appreciate you listening to my story time. Thank you.